felt like this is the moment you've all been waiting for, but I suspect for an awful lot of you it is. Now, this is, if you manage to keep out of the secret as well, you'll see something that hasn't really been seen since the end of World War II. You'll see the King Tiger, and Panzer III together. Now, starting off with King Tiger, probably most of you have seen Tiger 131, which is our Tiger in the museum, captured by the British Army in North Africa in 1943. This Tiger has been brought to us by our very good friends from Saumur, French Musée de Bellet, French Tank Museum. Stop for over there, because this really is a vehicle to strike a certain amount of awe in the last year. It certainly did when it came to Allied tank crews. Now, what the Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 have in common is they are both dirt fire. They're both heavy breakthrough tanks. Now, German tank development obviously didn't really kick off until 1933 when the Turks were abandoned, and they will start building tanks again. They obviously start small. They start with Panzer 1, Panzer 2. You can see examples of those in the museum. They are more training tanks. If you're going to start a tank force, if you're going to start establish your Panzerwaffe, you're going to need crews somewhere. Those do that job. But they're starting to think, from around 1935, they're starting to think of the need for a heavy breakthrough tank, for a Dirksprung. Nothing much happens about it in the 30s. There are some prototypes, things like that happening, but come the entry into Russia, come to Operation Barbarossa, it gets very serious. They need a big tank with heavy armour and a big gun. And the first one they come up with is Tiger 1, we'll see in just a moment, but Tiger 2 is effectively Tiger 1 on steroids. This is the tank they really wanted to build to start with. And as you can see, she is an absolute monster. 68 tons, the armour on the front is 150 millimetres thick. It's not just that, because when you see Tiger 1, you'll see that the shape is quite square, quite boxy. Tiger 2, they've done a few lessons. They've seen the T-34. They've used the same idea as the Panther, and the armour is angled. Now, I think you probably all know that if you slope armour back, it actually gives you more line of sight protection. An incoming round has got all to get through. And of course, the ricochet is infinitely more likely. Now, this is a very, very well armoured vehicle. You want to go and see an example of what happens when one of these gets shot at. Go and look at the Tiger 2 in the museum. Have a look around the side, and you'll see the impact of two 6-pounder AP rounds at very, very close range. They cause vertical damage, they ricochet off. This tank is just about impervious to enemy tank fire. And when it comes to hitting back, that is a superbly powerful gun. That is the KWK 43 L71 gun. If I put this in very simple terms, that gun can put around that gun, KWK 43, 88mm, that can put around through the front armour, the toughest bit of a Sherman or a T-34, a range of up to 3 kilometres. three together, quite a contrast. But when you look at Panzer III, the early part of the war, it shows how things change. Panzer III was designed as the principal gun tank of the Panzerwaffe. It doesn't stay particularly potent very long, I'm afraid, but it does last. It's a good vehicle, it is fairly reliable, and it's up-gunned. So you go from a 37.5mm gun, early war, up to a 50mm gun. But then, as I said, coming into Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa, they need a platform to mount the ATS, and that is what Tiger 1 is effectively. It's a bit of a, I won't say it's a stopgap, that would be unfair, but it's a combination of programs, some from engine, turret Porsche, and it's well armoured up to a point. It's got 100mm armour on the front, 140 on the mantlet. When Tiger 1 turns up on the battlefield, 1942, it's a world-class tank, it's a world beater. So, why, therefore, if you've already got one superb tank, do you need to go further? We're in the middle of war here, industry is stretched. Why do they go from Tiger 1 to Tiger 2? As I said earlier, I think the whole thing about it is Tiger 1 it's not a finished product. It is a Dirkschwagen. It's, particularly the war's going on, you're still going to encounter things like the 17-pounder armed Sherman Firefly, the T-34-85 that you've already seen. And Tiger 1 isn't as impervious to those tanks as it was early on. I mean, early on, as I said, even a Tiger 1 can knock you out 1,500 metres away, but with 75mm armed Sherman, you need to get within about 200 metres and hit one of the weak spots to have any chance of knocking it out. So Tiger 2 is the ultimate upgrade, it really is. It is 10 tons heavier, much more heavily armoured, and as we've already said, much more heavily armed. Now, two Tigers, do they have a drawback? They have several, in fact. First of all, mechanical reliability. They both effectively got the same engine, Maybach HL230. It's fitted to Tiger 2 and also to late series Tiger 1. Lugging that amount of metal around, it puts immense strain on the engine, immense strain on the drive frame. So they are not exactly wonderfully mechanically reliable. Both are actually lost through mechanical breakdown, certainly the case of Tiger 2, than through enemy action. The other big problem about them is they take a huge amount of building. German industry never